What's that now? Don't like the cold? Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I. Here. Wear this. It belonged to my daughter. Good. Today, I speak your name, girl. But will the goddess speak it back? Normally, it would be the mother who declares, if you had one. The whole village would attend, and matriarchs perform the ritual. But we are outcasts. Even so, we keep the tribe's rituals. Otherwise, we might become like the faithless old ones, who turned their backs on the goddess. But their wickedness doomed them. To us, were left the splendors of creation. Beasts of air, water, earth, and steel. It is one thing to hunt a beast, another to hunt a machine. You must be humble and respect their power. I will teach you this. One day. High Matriarch Teersa. What is she doing here? Does she mean to forbid the ritual?
No, off your knees. It's nearly time. And yes, you may speak to me.
You came to bless the naming,
Have not 6 months gone by since we entrusted her to you?
but we are outcasts.
You by choice, and she, well... I am a High Matriarch, Rost. I bless whom I choose.
Then you honor us.
Yes, now go, and be ready to declare. Go! Oh, Mother, this child needs a name by which to know her. That your love may warm her life as the rising sun warms all the earth. Speak her name!
Aloy!
And so her name is blessed.
Stop this at once! What have you done?
I've blessed the naming of a child.
Stubborn woman, you call that curse a child? What did she tell you about his birth, outcast? Answer!
I've done only what you asked.
To raise it, yes. We said nothing of love.
Enough.
And you, blessing its name like it was one
I
of the
know
Nora,
my duty
one of
to
the
them.
tribe.
And to you.
Without consultation.
I'm here.
Did all year, did
And wherever you go,
deceitful woman
I will follow.
I'm not gonna say my good morning, good afternoon, and my phrase that my catchphrase that I always say for my videos. No. I'm just gonna say, this gets a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna just jump straight to it. So, we're on the verdict video of Horizon Zero Dawn. The verdict video. It's long overdue, but it's finally here. So it's a 10 out of 10. Get out of here. No, seriously, get out of here. That's all we got. Okay, well, this was a good video. This was very educational. Sweet. No, I'm kidding. No, this would be a verdict video if I didn't discuss what this game does exceptionally well that I can highly recommend to friends, family, to anybody who's even a casual gamer. So, you already know just watch my Chia final verdict and anything after Chia in terms of my review videos. You'll know exactly why I've given this game a 10. Not the DLC. And I'm going to do a separate video for the DLC. I think that's well deserved. But for the OG main campaign, yeah, the OG vanilla main campaign, I think it absolutely deserves a 10 out of 10. I wish I could give it a 20 out of 10. That's how good it is. That's how solid it is. That's how much I recommend it. Gosh, I love the Aloy's theme. It's the perfect thing for this type of game. So, let's take a ride. Or, let's take a walk. Oh man, I love that line. Too bad that series is canceled now, but I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, well, if you've seen my Chia final verdict, cool. That's going to be the same synopsis. I'm going to definitely show you more cutscene in between the Share Factory edited clip, or Share Factory edited I'm trying to say compilation, but really, I'm going to pretty much show you everything. So,
Built all this alone. So many memories. It's not home anymore. Not without Rost. There's nothing for me here anymore.
so let's get reviewing, shall we? Alright, this one's going to be easy enough, and I'm going to show you the negative because there's no, like, cut clip or, like, anything that I'm going to use in between this because this one is super easy, and I can tell you what the negative is. So, let me just go to some hotspot, something really close to a machine, and I'll show you exactly why this is a negative, and I can't just ignore it. Hold on. There we go. I was so excited. And I knew what clips I wanted to use specifically for the final verdict for Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, fun fact, my first PlayStation trophy... Yeah, my first PlayStation trophy for Horizon Zero Dawn was on March 31st of 2018. Yeah, and that took me a very, very long time to 100% everything from the main campaign. So you know it's a solid game if I put the time into it. As I'm looking at my pretty much how many hours I put into this and when I first earned my trophy and earned the last trophy of the main campaign, it took up to, excluding the DLC, yeah, it took up to 48 hours to 49 hours to completely get done with everything in terms of the main campaign. There's still stuff to do, like the tutorial and so on, but it took up to 48 hours to 49 hours to get everything done in the main campaign. But in terms of including the DLC, it took up to 61 hours of everything I feel comfortable with to get done with everything. Main story, side missions, errands, pretty much story-wise, everything's done. And in terms of hunting grounds, everything's done. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, well, here's the negative. Let's just get to it. When it's stealth, the game excels in its gameplay. But when it's like, just like melee, and I'll just show you guys this one. Hold on. Alright. Yeah, that's cool. Now, I'm gonna try to find another Strider just because we can actually... and not sneak up on him.
They're angry.
There we go. That's what I mean. It's the melee. That's my only negative on Horizon Zero Dawn, and that is an accomplishment in the video game developers of Guerrilla Games. Yeah, Guerrilla Games, this is a solid new IP, and you guys should be proud of this. You should be proud of this. But the melee is the weakest part. Because every time Aloy is swinging with the light attack with R1 or R2 with the heavy attack, it doesn't click. And what I mean is, it feels like she's just waving around like a rapid child or something. I don't know. The melee is just the weakest part. Even when used against the human enemies, the machines, I mean, yeah, it's cool to look at and it's a visual, like, splendor, but looking at, like, just the melee in itself, like, just focusing on it, like, homing onto it, it's the weakest part of... It's the only weak part of the game. It's just... Maybe they will significantly improve on it in Horizon Forbidden West, and I've seen the gameplay in terms of the, like, just the melee, it seems vastly superior compared to what we got in Horizon Zero Dawn. Overall, this game is such a solid package. It's a masterpiece, and it's distinctive reason why I'm giving it 10 out of 10. There's too many reasons. But in terms of the negative, I'm sorry, it's not flawless. The melee is kind of weak sauce. They know it, and this is their first foray into something open world, you can tell, after the Killzone franchise. But in terms of, like, the melee, you just cannot... It doesn't feel powerful. It feels like a whimper. Or, like... I don't know what's the best way to describe it. It feels spongy, or it feels like Aloy's not a pro. I get it. She's green. This is her first game as her character. But in terms of just the melee, I feel like it should have been better. But this is their first game, so we can excuse that, but I can't overlook it, and every time I did like a stealth-wise, it's freaking awesome. But in terms of just like simple melee and all that, there's just no impact to it. It just feels like, and that's my only negative. Compared to the kind of like masterpiece of a game, yeah, that's my only negative on this one. And I'm gonna try to make this short, guys, because I'm gonna be ending this in Share Factory, and I want to get straight to the point. Alright. Well, let's call my... I actually really want to explore. So we'll go to Ross's area, and then we're just going to pretty much we're going to just aimlessly explore. So, the first positive, and I love talking about the positive. I was eager to talk about the positive of this one, and I can tell you. And there are too many Verdict videos of like different positives and critical acclaim that Horizon Zero Dawn got.
I think he built all this.
Hold on.
Hello?
Maybe...
It's not home anymore. Not without Rost. There's nothing for me here anymore.
Alright. Well, let me get past this rope, and then we'll fully explore, and then I'll actually be able to tell you the first positive. I think it's pretty obvious with this character. It's obvious. Tally-ho! Yeah, this place is huge. Oh, man. Alright, it should be coming pretty soon. There we go. Hello, my trusty steed. We got a revealing to do. Alright. So, obviously, the first positive is Aloy. And what I mean by Aloy is... Aloy... And I do not... It's a weird sentence I'm going to be using. But Aloy is such a triumph of a character. This is how you do a video game character, period. She is such an excellent character throughout the whole journey. She she's the character you want in this type of story. And I can sum her up in in a few words. She grows like us. She questions. She grows as a character. She is sarcastic in very appropriate situations. She's very strong character. And she has she's emotionally vulnerable in the best way than she should be. She's that type of character that just works for this type of story because of how human she is. So, as I'm right around, let's roll the next clip.
Why did I bring you here?
Not to answer questions.
Aloy.
Survival requires perfection. It was a test to hone my skills against a dangerous new machine.
No. Follow. These are Nora hunting lands. They must be protected. If you hadn't destroyed the Sawtooth, how many Braves might it have killed or injured tomorrow? The lesson lives within the question, Aloy. For years, you've trained to win the Proving, but only for yourself. As a Brave, it will be your duty to fight for your tribe.
My tribe? You said I wouldn't need them.
But I never said the tribe wouldn't need you. The strength to stand alone, Aloy, is the strength to make a stand. To serve a purpose greater than yourself. That is the lesson you must learn. And remember it. After the Proving, and after I'm gone. We're finished here. Follow.
Dead last, girl. Might as well walk from here. Boss will win or Vala. Well, you'll be made a brave so long as you finish. Oh, now. That's an old trail. 2 died on it last year. It's falling apart. Better dead last than dead altogether. Whoa, 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 whoa! My old mother, are you crazy? You're gonna kill yourself! It doesn't get any easier! You're insane to go that way!
Aloy, forgive. Forgive!
The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet. But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! Up! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be.
Nora! Make way for
Make
Aloy!
way, that she may forge the path for others to follow.
Pity me?
Turn your face to the sun.
Okay, perfect. You're back. As I'm pretty much owning this machine. And owning that machine. I try to think of a protagonist who... well, I am literally going to be kind of, well, going over. So, we'll just fast travel as I'm trying to get my other thoughts. I think it's over here. Sundown. It's been a while. So, bear with me on that. But yeah, Aloy just never disappoints as a character. I try to think of any other character who could have probably been the protagonist of this. Maybe Silence. But no, it just makes sense Silence in the context of the story that he be the supporting. Aloy is a perfect protagonist. I just would not alter anything about the character. There's nothing you can alter. It just works extremely well in terms of the narrative of her as a character. The story would not hit so hard without Aloy, and I do not say that lightly. Everyone knows it. All the reviews and reviews, from the professional game critics to people like me who stream, like just in terms of YouTube, everyone can pretty much, in a consensus agree that Aloy is the perfect protagonist for this period. The story would not work well without Aloy. Her personal stakes, her emotional stakes, makes the story stick and hits. It starts well and it ends well because of her. And I could not see anyone else playing or being the central protagonist than Aloy. So that's the first positive. Alright, and if it wasn't obvious enough, well, there's gonna be obviously spoiler alerts because of all the clips I'm showing. But, I mean, the game has been around since 2017, so spoiler alerts is gonna be freaking obvious. And guys, I like to show spoiler clips because...
So, this is as high as we go?
Yep, basically.
Okay.
So, the other thing I was pretty much acknowledge. But yeah, I might as well tell you, hey, spoiler alerts! This game has been out since 2017, but if you don't want the story spoiled and you want to pretty much look through this through fresh eyes, this is not the review for you. And why I say that, because, well, obviously the game has been out since 2017, but you don't want the experience ruined. This is the game you don't want ruined. You want to have this as fresh as perspective and pretty much word of mouth as much as you can. Because trust me, this is a game you have to experience just once and you will not be disappointed. And I'm telling you, you won't. But it's gonna suck. And I mean, it's really gonna suck if you pretty much watch this review video and I spoil the experience for you. It sucks. That's just how it's gonna be. And I'm telling you that. Alright, well, since spoiler has been pretty much, well, my spoiler disclaimer has already been discussed, well, you've been warned. So as I was continuing on, it's an excellent story that is consistent and always amazing. That's another thing that I can't deny. Because it is. It is an amazing story. It gets better, and that's what I love about the story. It starts simple, and it feels like it's like just a prehistoric story. It's a straightforward story about a girl who's trying to discover who her mother is, and just trying to piece together of why the world is the way it is, but trying to prove herself just to find out it's a noble goal. She's just trying to find out who her mother is, because no one told her who her mother is. They treat her like a curse and treat her like an outcast, but they don't tell her why. They never tell her why. And so, along with the excellent central protagonist that really adds to the story, it's an excellent story from the get-go. And why is it an excellent story after the straightforward story? It's because there is a sci-fi backstory that fills in the blank exceptionally well. I cannot stress to only to go to my review video would just do you a disservice. It would rob you of the excellent story. Because that once you do a deep dive, and I've seen so many analysis videos about Zero Dawn, hey, this is a spoiler video, so hey, you've been freaking warned. But all the analysis videos about Zero Dawn, it's a testament. It's a testament of how well done the story is, and how well crafted, and how much time and passion the Guerrilla Games did with the story. There's a history with every area I'm going to. There's a history. Because of what the old ones, as they call them, or the Metal World is called, because this would never existed without them. And I'll just kind of transport to this next area because I just absolutely want to pretty much show the next clips. These are major spoilers. But yeah, just the fact that this was caused by the hubris of one man, and that it just caused a future could have been wrought just because of one man. Man, I'm just too excited. I would say absolutely, since this is a spoiler review and I just already talked about it, but I mean, come on, this game has been out since 2017, so yeah. but it's better to experience the story, and then you'll have much appreciation from the intro that I intentionally showed you because of this. There's so much lore and so much story just from the opening that it just gets more complex, and it just gets more complex. That's all I gotta say. I think that's the best way I can say it. All right, how many minutes did I spend on that? All right, well, it's 17 minutes, and hey, if I have to do a part 1 of the verdict video, I really will, and I will dedicate that, and I'm completely cool with that. So, because of that, let's roll the next clip.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots
Peacekeepers.
that consume biomass as fuel,
In emergencies.
and you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I'd...
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted. What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD-01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. I just wanted to see these footage just for this further video. I knew what I wanted to use. So along with the excellent story, the next positive is, well, the characters. Pretty much our OG Aloy. Along with her, there's a great diverse of fun and engaging and complex characters. From the old ones like Elizabeth Sobad, Tit Farrow. I know everyone's gonna hate Tit Farrow because he's the reason why this world existed and why billions of people are freaking dead because of Zero Dawn. But it's not just them. The OG Aloy and everybody else. Everyone else is just engaging, fun to talk to, and everyone has their own motivation, personal goals, and they're not boring characters. Everyone brings their A game in terms of their characters. And I mean that in the best way possible. No one is a boring character. There might be one boring character out of this kind of like, if you include the DLC too. But in terms of the main campaign, there's maybe one boring character or just maybe one bad character who's not voiced well. Or there's one good character who is not voiced well. Whatever the case, all the characters are... There's never like a single character who's the same as everyone. Everyone is so vastly different because of the different tribes, different customs. Everyone is just so well thought out. And Guerrilla Games obviously had a vision and a direction of what they wanted to do with their characters. So as I'm hunting this, I guess, raccoon, I guess I'll let the clip, I'll let it play as I'm hunting this raccoon. But basically, it's going to be a clip of Silence because besides Aloy, Ross, and Silence, those are pretty much going to be instantly fan favorites as I'm hunting a raccoon and whatever is in nature. Oh, wait! It's like, hey? Well, I killed it anyway. Well, roll the next clip. But yeah, the characters are solid. And I can't wait to see the characters in Forbidden West.
But I'm used to it.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's roll the next clip.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the older ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Thero robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime, and what you want to know is my name. Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. And what I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No. We can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice. It's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard. Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Fighting atmosphere.
And welcome back to this verdict video. I know I'm kind of getting straight to the point. I know I get tongue-tied, but it's because this game is too solid. I'm just getting giddy and all that. Alright, well, I think it's pretty obvious enough, so I think we should pretty much transport to an area, and I'll show you what's the next positive. I think it's pretty obvious of what the next positive is, and we are going to try to go to the toughest enemy. So that means... Alright, well... If we're stuck in, since this is the main campaign, we're going with the toughest enemy, or toughest enemies, and that means pretty much fighting the Stormhawk, or the Thunderjaw. But yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, well, R.I.P. Lance Reddick, he was one of the, well, yeah, he is the best in this game, like, in terms of the best voice actors, like the best move of people that could play in this game, it was Lance Reddick. That was a good move, that was a solid move, but Ashley Purge, without her, the game also just would not sell well. Aloy is a fantastic character, but they had to have the perfect voice actress for her. Ashley Purge was the right lady for the job. She was the right lady for the job. Lance Reddick was the best person they could have got, and plus, I think this was way after The Wire lost and all that, so they obviously watched shows with Lance Reddick, and that was such a solid move. There was no other guy who could play Silence besides Lance Reddick because he looks like Lance Reddick. There's just no way. It was like the perfect casting for Silence. Ouch. It was the perfect casting for Aloy, perfect casting for Ross, and so many other characters. Everybody who I listened to just didn't have annoying... Maybe there was one who had an annoying voice actress. But other than that, everybody was just solid in terms of their voice acting. Alright, so I'll call my Steve, and I'll show you the next one, because this one's exciting to fight, and I know this will add time to the verdict video, but it's worth doing, because I gotta show you exactly why this is another positive. 1 second, and I think... Nope, that's not it. That's it. Hold on. And one more time. Okay, as I pretty much are killing these, well, Faro robots, no spoiler alert. So, another positive, as I'm about to kill this giant bird, is that it's excellent gameplay outside of the melee, which is the weakest part. It's excellent bow and arrow action that makes you feel pretty freaking powerful. And what I mean in terms of the gameplay, the gameplay is pitch perfect outside of the melee. Great bow and arrow action. great bow and arrow action that never lets up. From the first time that you hold it, when Aloy is pretty much I think she was 6. But from the bow and arrow to the focus that is intuitive in terms of just being a detective in the prehistoric sci-fi world, to scanning the enemies for weaknesses. It's the coolest part, and it never gets old because there's always a sense of intricate. It's so intricate, it's so detailed, it's so expansive, and it always evolves and gets better. So as I'm about to kill this thing, give me 1 second.